Eagle Nation, it is officially official. QB1 here to stay for the next 6 seasons. We'll talk about all the details and break down what this means for the Birds moving forward. What is going on, everybody? Welcome into A to Z Philly, your number one home for Eagles coverage. Hit the like button if you enjoy this show. Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell down below. That way you don't miss any of the coverage. Obviously, the draft coming up soon, but we are interrupted by breaking news today. RB back, bringing you the latest from the link, and the latest is that QB1 is here to stay. No more questions, no more concerns. The market has been set, and it has been set by Jalen Hurts. Howie Roseman beat the clock. And we'll break down all the details and get into what this means for the Eagles moving forward. But before we do that, shout out to the sponsor of today's video, BetMGM. Enjoy all your favorite sports like never before at BetMGM. Sign up using code ATOZPA and receive up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. When you register with BetMGM, you'll get instant access to a variety of parlay selection features, live betting options, player props, and daily boosted odds specials. And with BetMGM at your fingertips, every play and every game matter more than ever. Find out why BetMGM is the king of sportsbooks. Sign up today with bonus code ATOZPA and get up to $1,000 back in bonus bets if you don't win your first bet. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. 21 years of age or older to wager. Pennsylvania only. New customer offer. Bonus bets expire 7 days from issuance. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Go put a bet right now on Jalen Hurts coming back for vengeance, maybe being an MVP next season, man. Shout out to Jalen Hurts. He is here to stay. He is here to stay. The news coming out this morning, per Ian Rappaport here on Twitter, the Eagles and Jalen Hurts have agreed to terms on a 5-year, $255 million contract extension that makes him the highest paid player in NFL history, sources tell me and Tom Pelissero. And his agent, Nicole Lynn, got the deal done, which includes $179 million in guaranteed money and a no-trade clause. Let's go. More on this. The first, actually, no-trade clause in Eagle history. Jalen Hurts just got a bag. He is a rich man, and it is well-deserved. He earned every single penny of it. And I know some Eagle fans are out there skeptical, but you know what? At the end of the day, this is how the market works. It's not really who, but it's when. And by the way, in his second year starting, 24 years old, he's only going to get better. Jalen Hurts has inked his huge contract. And again, I mean, you know, bringing your team to the Super Bowl in the second year, playing the way that you did, leading this squad, and everybody's looking up to this guy. All the reactions today, even from some of the former Eagles that have now moved on, are all saying, you know, he deserved this. He earned it, and he definitely did. Now, more details on this. Jalen Hurts will actually make $64 million through the first year of the new deal in 24, and the deal was structured around cap flexibility as the Eagles are looking to keep the team's window open for a long time. So now, you know, when it is time to retain some of those key players and some of those role players, you know, the Eagles will be able to do that. That's really what this whole thing was about. We knew it was going to get done. It was a matter of when. Don't ever question Howie Roseman. He knows how to structure these deals. He knows how to move cap around year to year, you know, to create more flexibility for the Eagles. Look at all the moves they made this offseason. And now Jalen Hurts is paid. Honestly, Howie Roseman, to me, has had an A-plus offseason. I know they lost C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Now they're talking about some other pieces out there to try to get. But when you look at what the Eagles did going to the Super Bowl, knowing they had a lot of open free agents and seeing who they were able to bring back, who they were able to also bring in at the same time, and you had the draft coming up, I think Howie Roseman has done a splendid job this offseason. Now, once again, shout out to the agent of Jalen Hurts, a.k.a. Nicole Lynn. And shout out to Tom Stakes here on Twitter, says, let's pay homage to Nicole Lynn. She actually sent Jalen, this is a true story, she sent Jalen Hurts a DM hoping that he had not picked an agent before he was drafted, and he ended up taking a bet on her. He said, okay, let's go in. Let's go all in. And it just epitomizes Jalen Hurts. We'll talk about that in a second, but always betting on yourself. Look at where she's at now. A lot of people came at Nicole Lynn for a long time, for a year or two, saying, you know, she's a woman. She can't negotiate. She doesn't know how to put together these deals. Well, she just negotiated the richest contract in NFL history based on annual value. And I'm sure Jalen Hurts is happy that she sent that DM. And shout out to Nicole today being a little petty, but I love it. I love it. This was back on January 13th. She said, does anybody know where I can get a Brinks truck, please? Urgent. And then she quotes it today, says, all good, found one. So Nicole Lynn is living good as well, obviously getting a chunk of that. And man, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts is here. I almost can't believe it. You know, when I think back to the story, the journey, Jalen Hurts, a second-round pick, used primarily as a gadget player in his first year, coming into a situation where he was not wanted. Let's be honest, myself and almost every single Eagles fan had the same expression when they drafted Jalen Hurts in the second round. And I'll always stand on that reaction. You know, it did not make sense at that time. And for people to say you were wrong, like at the time, it did not make sense. Signing Carson Wentz to that extension and then drafting Jalen in the second round. But am I damn sure happy that it happened? Absolutely 1,000%. And the difference between Jalen and Carson is that Jalen is willing to bet on himself. He's willing to engage in competition. He came right in his rookie year. There were reports about him, you know, wanting to be the man and just holding himself to a high standard. He didn't let any of that noise, any of that pressure get to him, and he constantly worked on his game. And I don't think anybody saw him taking a leap this quickly or becoming the quarterback that he is right now. But my gosh, he can only get better. And his work ethic, it's something that the people of Philadelphia admire. If you don't live or, you know, have gone to Philadelphia games or support the teams, you might not understand it, but his work ethic is so admired. It is held all the way up here in this city, and I think he's only going to get better. At 24 years old, the sky is the limit for this guy. You know, getting benched in the national championship, he could have let that, you know, literally throw him way off his track. He could have let it just end his career and said, you know what, I'm done. I'm not embracing the competition. But he came back. He, you know, battled through. He went to a different school, got drafted in the second round, battled through the whole Carson Wentz saga, and here he is 2 years later with a Super Bowl appearance on his resume. His leadership has gotten better. Obviously his game has gotten better, and now he is the richest player in NFL history. Always bet on yourself. So shout out to Jalen Hurts, and man, I love this kid. I love him. I think, you know, Eagles fans should be all in. Despite what the contract looks like or sounds like, I think at the end of the day, you had to get this done. And the biggest part about it is that they beat the clock. And that is, once again, kudos to Howie Roseman. You know my stance on Howie at this point. I can never doubt him again. I can't, because he has shown me too many times, time and time again now, that he knows what he is doing. A couple years ago, should he have been canned? Probably. But at the end of the day, he's just using all that fuel into the fire. And I told you, all off season so far, he has that look. He wants to go back to the biggest stage, and he brought all the vets back. He's going in for one more run, but now he has Jalen Hurts for the next 5 years. And you know what? It was a win-win from both sides, because I'm sure the Eagles didn't want to shell out a 10-year contract, but they gave him 5 years, more guaranteed money. Jalen and his agent win. Everybody wins. And Jalen Hurts now being paid $51 million per year. When you think about Daniel Jones at $40 million per year, it's not too bad at all. I thought Jalen was going to get 55. And here he is. And honestly, I would argue he's the best quarterback in the NFC right now. And he gets paid before the likes of Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, all that going on. The Aaron Rodgers trade still hasn't happened. This was perfect timing. Howie Roseman has been working tirelessly on this, and he got it done. And Jalen is the guy now. And now the Eagles can focus on bringing back or retaining all those other weapons for years to come. All the guys he loves throwing to. And man, it's just perfect. It is perfect. I think this offseason has been the best you could ask for so far. And here are the players that the Eagles have under contract through 2025 or later. Look at this list. Jalen, AJ, Devontae, Lane, Jordan Mailata, like the whole offensive line, Bradbury and Slayer back. Like, this was a great job, and it didn't take more than a lot of people thought it would. Hassan Reddick, Josh Sweat, Jordan Davis, Nakobe Dean, Jurgens. I mean, this Eagles team is still going to be stacked. And if you were excited about last year, now the bar has been set. And obviously with that comes pressure and expectations. Well, guess what? There's nobody I would expect to live up to pressure more than Jalen Hurts. And that's my favorite thing about him. Obviously I was a big Carson Wentz guy, and I supported him until the end, until he, kind of, showed a little bit of that flaw in the character. But Jalen Hurts has set everything right. He has done everything right. You don't have to worry about off the field drama with Jalen Hurts. And now you can go and his best interest, according to him, is winning, right? And he wants to win and get better. That's why he does all this. And, now he will help the team, go out and get more pieces. Now guys can say, okay, Jalen's going to be there. I want to go play with him. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. I have no doubt that now this experience from this past couple months will fuel him. And I think he will, eventually get back to the big game. So we will see how it goes. But just wanted to break that news. Unbelievable day here in Philadelphia. He's got to stay healthy, of course, but that's always a gamble. Jalen Hurts, highest paid player in NFL history. What are your thoughts on that? Give me all your reactions down below in the comment section. Appreciate everybody for tuning in. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And with that being said, I will catch you all on the next one. Peace.